I am finally getting into the Shine Supply lineup. Ignore the label right here. This is just a generic label. I am testing some different materials for some special bottles that I want to do, because I've had cleaners in the past where they're too aggressive, or for instance, CarPro D-Scale. Do not use that product in direct sunlight. You're gonna have some aggressive streaking. I used a soap that was so unbearably thick that it clogged up my my foam cannon, and even another foam cannon that I had. So annoying. At 8 a.m. sharp, guaranteed. Show up middle of the day, 1 p.m. only to do like a 1 or 2 hour job. Who does that? Who freaking does that? So unprofessional. Lack of communication. So frustrating. And on top of that, they didn't even do a good job. Right. Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Wash and Talk series. Well, I'm gonna be washing my van, but I wanted to walk with you guys on what my wash procedure is going to be like, because I am going to be trying out some new products, or not new, but like I haven't shown them to the camera just yet, and just give my thoughts on what I think about it. After all, this is a Wash and Talk series, so satisfying visuals paired with some narrative commentary. So let's get started. Alrighty, and I think right away you guys are probably gonna notice, oh my god, what is up with these canopies? Well, whew, summertime's already coming around. I mean, we're in springtime right now for California, but summer heat is already here, and well, there is no way I'm going to be washing the cars in direct sunlight. And yeah, I want to protect my skin as well. After all, skin cancer is no bueno. So what did I do here? Basically, it's just 2 wide canopies. That's it. Now, why did I pick 2? Well, one of these canopies is 10 by 15. Yeah, 10 by 15 in dimensions, like on how much space, like how much workable space I have. It is 10 by 15. However, I had it the other orientation. So if I put in a car, well, if it was the other orientation, and if I drove the car in, I don't have a lot of space on the sides. Maybe the doors will hit the poles, and the spacing for like the light is because well, where I live, the sun is at an angle, and maybe about like the front bumper of the car would have a lot of sunlight. I have a long car, like for instance a van or a Cadillac Escalade, the rear would be exposed, and yeah, I wouldn't have enough coverage for the vehicle. So what I ended up doing was, instead of having one of those large, like for those like almost like those raised pickup trucks, instead of having one gigantic semi-permanent canopy where I have to add like a bunch of sandbags or weight on the ground, instead I thought, okay, why not 2 portable wide canopies and just have them next to each other. So now I have 15 by 20 worth of space. Now these canopies, I'm still testing it out, so please do not please do not spam me in the comments like, oh Carter, what's the brand, what's what is the make? Well, I'm currently testing it right now, and I don't want to recommend you guys a product that, let's say for instance in 1 month from now they break or something. So to avoid the hassle of recommending you guys a canopy or a product that didn't even work from the start, it's best to just let me continue the testing phase, and I will just get back to you guys later. So yeah, that's the canopy setup right now for the summer heat that's coming soon to California, and I look forward to it. I want to get into ceramic coatings, so I will need as much shade as possible. And yeah, that's the setup so far. So let's get started on the wash. So I'm gonna be moving the van right now. Woo, Jesus Christ, it's hot in here. Hopefully the audio is transmitting right now. I'm a bit far away from the phone right now. I'm using a lavalier microphone. It is transmitting the audio from my mic onto the camera, but hopefully you guys can still hear me complaining about the heat. Alright, I'm just gonna back up a little bit. I don't want to be too close. Yeah, I know the rear is a bit exposed. I can see it from the camera, but that's okay because I want extra space in the front right here. I need extra space to excuse me, to move the pressure washer card, the hose. I don't want to be too close to then whacking everything. So yeah, it fits perfectly fine, the van. Ooh boy, it's a dirty boy right now. Alrighty, so what am I going to be rocking today? So now this is a wash and talk. I'm not going to do a full detail. I'm just going to maintain the van right now. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. I already coated it with, or not coated, sorry. It's already protected with some bead maker, and I think cure is still lingering there. I mean, it's still working for now, so I'm just going to do a simple wash for today. What am I going to be using? Well, starting with the wheels and tires, I am finally getting into the Shine Supply lineup. Ignore the label right here. This is just a generic label. I am testing some different materials for some special bottles that I want to do. But getting back to the point, in here is Shine Supply's Wise Guy diluted 1:1 in here. Whew, when I tried out the 16-ounce bottle, by the way guys, I am very active on Instagram. In case you guys are not following there, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can see the behind the scenes. I've actually shown there my first time using Wise Guy with a 16-ounce bottle. I also did 1:1 dilution there, and it's the same dilution here, and it's impressed me a lot. I mean, woo, it might dethrone Brake Buster from my arsenal, so we're just gonna have to keep on testing this and see what I think later. And for the wheels, I do have some AM Details, well, it's called Wheels acid-free wheel cleaner. It's a pretty okay product. I'm not gonna say much about it, but I am gonna be using it on the wheels only because I'm already running out of this product, so I might as well just use the rest. And as for the soap, I've shown it a while back, but I've never really used it in my detailing routine, nor in my videos, but I am going to be using Turtle Wax's Hybrid Solutions Slick and Slide Pure Wash. I mean, it's pretty solid shampoo. There's really not much to talk about it, honestly. It's a soap. A soap is a soap. There's not much to talk about it. And for the tire dressing, actually, I've never shown this on camera, but it's from Streamline. This is their Wet Look Tire Shine, or multi-purpose dressing. This one is interesting because despite it being, I'm sure you guys can see it on camera, but despite it being literal water, it actually finishes quite well on the tires. I like the way how it looked. The wipe on, the wipe off experience is really nice. It's honestly effortless. But so I'm going to be using this on the tires, and I'm not going to be applying any protection for the van. I'm just going to be following up with a ceramic detail spray from Geon. I think my best analogy for this is very close to bead maker. It's obviously it's a quick detailer. It's not a dedicated sealant. It's not going to be that slick, but it's very close to bead maker, and that's what I love about it. The slickness. That's what I want on my van, or shoot, any vehicle that I work on. So yeah, I'm going to be using ceramic detailer at the end of the wash. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about what's been going on behind the scenes, why haven't I been uploading too much, and my new website that is out. So let's get started with the wash. And of course, before I do any sort of washing, I have to fill up the buckets. Off the valve here. I'm going to be using tap water at first. Thank goodness now I have this whole canopy system, because before when I didn't have a canopy system, the sun would just evaporate the whole surface, and when I do videos, I have to take time doing the shots, and by the time I even come back to the section of the vehicle I'm working on, the solution dried up. So now that I have a canopy system, it's in the shade, it's cool, I can finally use tap water, so I don't have to blast the whole filter on just DI water alone. So thank goodness for that. I can now take my time, and that's the best part. All right, I'm gonna be filling up the wash bucket. I'm sorry, the wheel bucket. I'll let that sit there. And just to add a light amount of lubrication, I'm going to add a little bit of shampoo to it, just for lubrication, not for any performance benefits, just a splash. Ooh, it smells nice, man. I forgot how this worked before. And in the meantime, I'm going to be filling up my wash bucket. And by the way guys, I'm going to start using towels only because it has almost the same amount of, I just added a bunch of car soap. Ooh, that looks nice. I like that soft pink reddish look it has. Anyways, I'm gonna start using towels only because my van, it's already been clayed, it's clean, clean quotations, and because it's protected, I don't need to use my dedicated wash mitts for that. And remember, it's a van. I'm not too meticulous about swirls. It's my own vehicle. it's gonna get dirty. Freaking brake dust is getting out of hand because the brake pads on Mercedes, or usually Mercedes vehicles, are just terrible. They just release so much brake dust, but I'm gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, we're gonna get started on the wheels and tires so we can get the nasty grit out of the way first. Alrighty, the first wheel and tire. And like I said, I'm gonna start showing more new products. I'll probably do that for the wash and talk series, only because I have more freedom on how to express myself on what I think about the product and initial impressions. I don't want to dedicate an entire video just for that because I feel like I could do something else instead. So the wash and talk series, I'm gonna start, you know, being more expressive on what I think about the products. And sorry, I was getting distracted because I just realized how hydrophobic my tires are. What the hell? Damn. Oh my god. It's because I what's it called? I use that wet tire shine from or I'm sorry, wet look tire shine multi-purpose dressing from Streamline. My goodness, it's so hydrophobic. I'm not trying to like overly praise the product, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing here. So yeah, let's get started. Wise guy at 1:1 in a spray bottle. I'm gonna start on the tires. Now I am testing this product, so this is just first impressions still. I'm still doing some testing. So what you're seeing here is still my testing phase. I don't have any like strong opinions of it just yet. I need to do more research, understand the product a bit more, see what it can do, what it cannot do, and just go from there. But man, first impressions are strong. I mean, even at 1:1, this stuff is browning like crazy. Not even Brake Buster can brown this much at 1:1. Ah, that looks so much better. And of course, I'm gonna rinse off the pre-treatment for the wheel. And there we go. Holy crap, it even cleaned the dirt off my brush. It was dirty originally before I started this. Wow, I actually cleaned it off. Now we're gonna do the wheels. Of course, this is AM Detail's Wheels Acid-Free Wheel Cleaner. I might run out of this by the time I get to the third vehicle. Now, what do I think about this so far? It works. That's all I can say, really. It works. Will I buy this again? I don't think so, because it does not do great on tires, personally speaking, or the vehicles that I get. And to buy a product that's just for the wheels, I don't think I'll do that. I mean, that's why wheel and tire cleaners are available, to take on both at the same time. I've never purchased or heard of a product that's just for the wheels and it's acid free. No, unless it's an iron mover, yes, but for that reason alone, no, I would not. So I'm using it here only because I can. So I say, well, why not? Just throw it in the wash. Yeah, I really don't like my braking system for the van. It releases so much brake dust in such a short amount of time. It's so annoying. I have to like go at it with my wheels a lot more. I feel like I'm gonna degrade the clear coat a lot quicker than the tires themselves. That's what I don't like about the Metris. Too much brake dust. And now that I'm working on the shade, I could finally take my time. All right. It looks like the dressing was removed, but that's perfectly fine. That's what I want to do. I'm going to apply some new dressing. And yeah, it's not hydrophobic anymore, so that pretty much means I already removed the dressing in one go. So yeah, it's good to go. Let's go on the next one. Now, like I said, I don't think I'm going to use AM Detail's wheels again. I just personally think other products do a better job and are more what's called versatile, because this is specifically for the wheels. And if I'm gonna be transparent here, let me try it on the tire. Let's see how this works. No, it does not have any degreasing agents in them. Yeah, which is why I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It works as intended. I'll have to give it credit. But if I'm going to buy a wheels only cleaner, it better have at least an iron removing agent in the formula, and that it can clean at least a tire. If it's not an iron remover, it's acid free, okay, then that might as well be a degreaser then. Might as well be for the wheels and tire, or wheel and tire cleaner. But because it's not, it's specifically for the wheels, only for the wheels. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not going to purchase a product like that. With all due respect, it does what it does. It's not a bad product. I mean, shoot, I've had bad products in the past. This is not a bad product. It's just, well, I don't fit as a target audience. Ah, that's so much better. Oh, thank God I have this canopy. Oh my God, I'm gonna keep praising it. Oh my goodness, I'm just tired of having to detail early in the morning or really late at night, or not late at night, just late in the afternoon. I don't know, I just don't have that time anymore. Unfortunately. And yeah, having double canopy system, and right now I think it's like 89 degrees. Yeah, it's a bit hot right now. And having the double canopy system, oh my God, it feels so nice. No longer in the heat. I can finally work in peace. Now you guys are gonna probably crap in your pants once you find out how much this canopy costs. I won't talk about it right now, but yeah, it's a pricey boy. This canopy system is really nice. I can finally do more meticulous work in the middle of the day. Something that whenever I have potential clients message me, they're like, hey Cardo, I need a detail. Unfortunately, I have to tell them, like, hey man, it's got to be a early AM or a late PM, because the summer heat is no bueno, and I try my best to work quickly, where if shade's not available, I put on a crap ton of sunscreen and pray for the best, because being in the sun right now is not ideal. In California, the sun is scorching, actually. It's not even like, oh, it's just hot. No, it's scorching. You can feel the sun rays. Now, I am cleaning the van because I am going to a car meet pretty soon. Today, actually. In like a couple hours from now. So I want to make sure the van is at least presentable. Yeah, I know my van is not a show car, but I want to be at least clean, at least presentable. Even if no one notices, at least I'll feel good about myself. And there we go. All the wheels and tires cleaned, and I only took like about 20 minutes, I think, or 15 minutes. Well, because I'm moving the camera and all that stuff. I probably could have taken like 10 minutes to do this quickly. But yeah, that's everything. So let's get started on the wash process. So this is so satisfying now. Like, look at this canopy system. That looks so much better now. Now that I have the canopy, I can finally wash in peace. I can finally use much more stronger soaps for those really dirty cars. I can finally use them now that I'm in the shade. Oh, this is so much better. Because I've had cleaners in the past where they're too aggressive, or for instance, CarPro D-Scale. Do not use that product in direct sunlight. You're gonna have some aggressive streaking, and it's a pain to remove, especially those wash and wax soaps that leave like a very thick residue. No, don't even try. I know some people try, like, oh yeah, you could still rinse it off, just quick detail spray or wax the whole entire car, it'd be perfectly fine. But why do you want to subject yourself to that? Get it over with, work in the shade. Oh, but Cardo, I don't have space for a canopy. The client or at the client spot, they don't have space for a canopy either. Well, you're gonna have to figure something out, man, because you can't be using that excuse forever. I mean, I know it's possible, but I just think it's that, oh, I don't want to deal with the hassle excuse. I get it. I don't like setting up the canopy either, because I think it's a hassle too. I I find it very, not laborsome, it's kind of a chore to set up these canopies. They're large, they're heavy. Trying to separate them by yourself is a bit of a hassle. Trying to lock in everything so nothing slips apart is also a hassle, but it's an investment towards yourself. That's the way I see it. You don't want any sunburns. You want to protect the vehicle during its procedure, so that way everything is good to go. Ooh, I forgot to mention, I had some issues with my MTM foam cannon. The filter got clogged up by a freaking soap that was so thick that it clogged up my filter on the inside. And I don't really use the MTM foam cannon that much. I try to use soaps that dilute very easily, that are not too runny, but just enough so it breaks down when you mix it in. I used a soap that was so unbearably thick. It's closer to DIY Incredible Suds. That soap is so thick that it clogged up my my foam cannon and even another foam cannon that I had. So then at that procedure, I had to tear down this whole thing and just wash the filter with some all-purpose cleaner, let it sit overnight so it breaks down all of those detergents, because this is an expensive foam cannon. I don't want to be messing this up and having to buy spare parts. So annoying. All right, I have 750 milliliters of water, and I'm going to be adding 50 milliliters of soap. All right, I don't know what that dilution is. That's like almost 1:7 dilution ratio. I'm going to do a pre-wash. Yeah, I'm not going to do a pre-wash with a stronger cleaner. I'm going to be using a more of a pH neutral, much more gentle cleaner. So yeah, here goes, I think 1:7 dilution ratio, and we're gonna start the pre-wash. Oh my god, it smells so nice.
You have to take that bite. That's gonna be that.
Oh my god.
Go.
You guys see this? A family member brought me some, what is this, monkey bread? With cinnamon? Okay, cinnamon monkey bread. Here we go. I think you guys can hear the microphone. Mmm. Oh, really good. And you guys can see at 1:7, this thing foamed up like crazy. The pure wash, my goodness. Thick suds. Oh yeah, foam's so thick. I usually let the pre-wash do its thing for like 5 minutes, for, well, yeah, like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not too overly concerned. Thank goodness, because I'm in the shade. That's so much better. Oh yeah, I mean the paint, it even feels cool to the touch. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, obviously the heat on the outside area is radiating inwards, but so much cooler than being in direct sunlight. So much. All right. Now I'm going to place this right here just so you guys can see the wash media. So I'm going to be using some general purpose towels, only because I have wash mitts, the more premium wash mitts. They're really soft, fit nice in the hand, but I will kind of want to reserve those for clientele, just because I want to be more delicate on how I clean their vehicles. Yes, I could implement towels in my wash system, but that's personal preference. I sometimes like to get back to the wash mitt just to have like a bit of nostalgia, because I mean, we've all used wash mitts before, and the towels is mostly because I don't want to deal with anything else. And since they're general purpose, I mean, that's the point, a general purpose towel. That's the point. So I'm going to be using that for the wash process. I'm going to fill up my foam cannon more with water. That's the only thing I don't like about the MTM bottle and the foam cannon. The neck is too short, so water doesn't pass through a lot easier, and it foams up a lot more on the inside, which It's a hassle if you're trying to dilute your product in here. All right, 7-to-1 again, or actually, oh, I'm looking at it. 750, I did 800. Oh no, I did 1-to-8 dilution ratio. Sorry, I have to look at the dilution a little bit more. All right, so now we're gonna rinse this stuff off. Now we're going to do the contact wash. And now is the fun part where I can actually start talking to you guys about anything. So, in case you guys have not noticed, content is pretty slow right now on the channel. And I do have a very, very good reason. Well, I mean, I don't want to set myself up for excuses either, because I don't want that to be to go into my work ethics, like, oh, having an excuse and all that stuff. So I'm gonna try my best to not sound like I have to blame on something. And yeah, I'm gonna let you guys in on what I have been doing this whole time. So I'm sure you guys know content is a bit slow right now, only because I have a lot of projects and also been working on my website that is actually live right now. You can go check it out. It's in the description down below, cardoscardos.com. No .net, no .anything, just cardoscardos.com in the description down below if you guys want to check it out. Everything there is mostly for my business, for clientele, so they could see my prices, how to book. But I also put a section for you guys about my story. It's on the, I think it's the info section, how the Cardos brand started, how it got to that point, new goals in mind, the idea, what is Cardos, what is the idea, all that information is there. I do plan on doing more like blogging. I do want to document my work, just so I can document my work, what's been going on, any updates, all that jazz. And yeah, I just want it to be a place, a website where I can just show who I am. Because I was going to do the website like, oh, maybe just put your services, contact info, and that's it. No, I want it to be more expressive. If you guys look at the titles, the title descriptions, suggestions, and how I, well, yeah, just describe everything on the website. You will notice I'm a bit creative or expressive on the website. I do like to like be myself, you know, not talk as a professional, like, oh, well, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm talking like professionally, like not using slang or anything, but I try my best to be like human, so that way the clients read the website descriptions, the services, and all that stuff. It sounds like a human being talking to you, not just, oh, some third-party website developer just made your website. Oh yeah, here's services A, B, C, and that's it. So yeah, make sure you guys check it out, especially my story. Man, that story was a bit rough to write because it brought some good memories and bad, but most of the information there, hopefully it can inspire somebody who's just starting out in their detailing business or struggling in their business to like avoid the things that I did, unfortunately. Because yeah, we all go through that phase. Oh, you undersell yourself, your prices are too low, you didn't know how to do some things, you spent more on product XYZ, but reality is often cruel. So I share my story with you guys and everyone so they can see how I became Cardos. And yeah, it was a very rough story for me to write, but I'm glad I got it out so that way you guys know who I am, how I came to that point, and the new goal in mind. Ew, this is so dirty. Thank goodness I'm using towels because this part right here is really rough and I don't want to be using my high quality wash mitts for that area. Yeah, I can just discard it like that. put it to the side, wash it later. I am using tap water right now. I could see some water spotting. That's perfectly fine. I'm in the shade. And once I rinse this down with DI water, or foam it again with some DI water, those water spots will just fall right off. Alright, so what's been going on with everything that I've been doing? Why haven't I been that active on the channel? Well, like I said, I've been working on my website, which took a painful full entire week to do. I did it all by myself. I did not hire anybody to help me with the website. It was all done on Square, or I think it's like SquareUp, Weebly.com. To do that whole thing from scratch is so painful, and even with the included tools that Square offers, it's a bit overwhelming. But once you understand how each of the plugins work, it all makes sense in the end. And there's really no reason to like give up halfway. It is doable. It's just overwhelming at first, but once you figured out how it works, everything is just easier from that point on. And yeah, that took a solid chunk out of my time to do videos, because I was hard focusing on the website. Oh my god. Sorry, it's just the gardeners here for another neighbor, and they're gonna do so much freaking noise. See, this, I always tell this joke to my family members. Like every time I'm out here trying to record, everybody decides to walk their dogs, loud dogs, mow their lawns, talk outside really loudly. Every time I try to do a recording session, busy with everything. And also because like I've been doing the construction in my house, because unfortunately we had some mold in one of the restrooms on the walls, and when they started digging up everything to see what was happening, there was a bunch of mold underneath the layers of the concrete, the wall, the drywall, the wood. So they had to literally remove the entire almost the entire ceiling of the bathroom. So because of that, they needed to bring their equipment, everything, the trucks, to provide all the materials, the paint. So for almost like 2 entire weeks, they were constructing in the bathroom. And obviously I can't be recording out here because they're going to be working, and they were actually here in the driveway. Unfortunately, I could not do anything from there, and it was just crazy because like they had all the resources to do it, but they just took freaking forever. Like 2 entire goddamn weeks that I could not work. And I'm not blaming their speed. They were just so unprofessional. Their timing was horrible. Kept saying like, oh yeah, we'll be here at 8 a.m. sharp, guaranteed. Show up in the middle of the day, 1 p.m. only to do like a 1 or 2 hour job. Who does that? Who freaking does that? So unprofessional, lack of communication. So frustrating. And on top of that, they didn't even do a good job. It was a pretty half-assed job. Left a lot of imperfections. The drywall did not look sealed. Yeah, just a lot of horrible things. And yeah, just a lot of stupid crap. So annoying, because they were constructing for 2 weeks. Yeah, they were constructing for like 2 weeks, and it was inconsistent. They kept on arguing, oh, when are we gonna do this and that? Like I just hear the workers just constantly complaining at each other, saying like, no, work faster, fool. Oh, we gotta do all this and that. Now, by the way, oh, and for context, I didn't hire that group because doing rent. This is not my house, so the landlord had to hire somebody. And yeah, the landlord didn't even hire a great construction crew. They were so unprofessional. And yeah, they had to waste almost 2 entire weeks just complaining. Didn't even do a good job in the end. And yeah, so that was the reason why I wasn't able to record for almost, oh my God, almost an entire month. Goodness gracious. And on top of that, on top of having to do construction for 2 entire weeks, the landlord came over and noticed outside of our house that the wood was deteriorating because of the recent heavy rains here in California. And then the landlord said, oh, we have to change the walls of the outside exterior of the house. Alrighty, I'm gonna foam the entire car again, so that way I can rinse it down with DI water. Now, is this a mandatory step? No. I'm sure I could have just rinsed like regularly, but for me personally, I like this. It's just therapeutic to foam the car, because I know there's a lot of detailers that would easily critique me for this procedure right here, only because I am a bit excessive, because I like to foam the car. But for me personally, it's just more of a therapeutic process. It's more of a show rather than like a practical reason. I mean, I like seeing a lot of foam. It's my own car. I mean, if it's a client's vehicle, maybe I would do this. But because I am do mobile detailing, I use DI water regardless, so I probably wouldn't have to refoam the vehicle again. But it's a good procedure. In the meantime that this is sitting here, I'll talk to you guys about my 1 month of disaster. So not only did they have to do that construction for the bathroom, but the whole exterior of the house, almost the whole front exterior of the house, they had to add the gutter system, replace the walls, and they had to do a construction in the house for an additional 2 weeks. So for almost 4.5 weeks, almost an entire month, I was not able to record like main videos, which was frustrating because that set me back so much. And honestly, that ruined the channel, honestly, because I like pushing out more videos. I want to do more content for you guys, but my goodness, that setback was so much. But now I can get back to making videos now, so I should start rinsing this off right now. Ah, that is so much better. Yeah, I'm going to be rinsing for quite a while, so I think I'm going to cut it right here only to save battery on the phone. So I'll get back with you guys once I'm done with the rinsing process. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I just finished all the drying. Sorry about the 2 cuts right here, only because the rinsing and the drying takes a lot more time, and obviously with all the noise I can't speak louder than all of that. So yeah, I had to skip those 2 parts. We're going to start the quick detail wipe down procedure. Basically just apply quick detail spray, or a detail spray hybrid, so that way it protects and also just clears up any smudges that I may have left behind. So in this one, we're going to be using Geon's quick detailer, or I'm sorry, ceramic quick detailer. I like this only because it mimics very close to bead maker. I mostly look for the slickness, the whole like protection thing. Like I don't care about the buzzwords for that. I focus more on the slickness. I want it to feel slick, and also the contaminants just don't stick on because it's so slick, like making the next wash a whole lot easier to do. Which is why I like this. Which is why I like this quick detail spray. I'm just gonna apply not spritz, but like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprays. And like I said, the reason why I like the multi-purpose towels on my wash procedure is because, well, as the name implies, they're multi-purpose, meaning I can use it for many services. And that also applies to the paint protection as well. Because this is my van, I don't have to worry about anything because I protect my van. I take care of my van. I don't let the contaminants get out of hand. So when I do wash my towels, they're not even that contaminated. Obviously, I wash the car and all that stuff with that stuff. But it's nowhere as bad as like a dedicated like tire towel, a wheel towel, engine towel. I use clean towels for the interior, and same thing can be said for the exterior. It makes the process a whole lot cleaner and simpler for me. I can feel it getting a lot slippier with each pass, and when I buff it off, it does get a lot more slicker. What was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah, about the construction and why haven't I been uploading for almost an entire month. Alrighty, well, just to summarize again, because I know I've been jumping back and forth during the wash, but the reason why I haven't been doing videos for almost literally an entire month, there was construction in my house, 2 weeks doing the bathroom, 2.5 weeks, 2.5 weeks for the bathroom, and about a week and a half for the outside house, the whole front entrance. They had to demolish all of the walls only because they had to fix the wood. It was just cracking, and because of the rainy weather that happened like a couple months ago, it deteriorated the walls, so they had to replace it with concrete, unfortunately. So I could not record because they were here in the main driveway, on the street, a lot of noise, construction. Where am I gonna do a video like that? Where am I gonna do a video with everyone here passing by? I don't want to disrespect their privacy, and I don't like noise, excessive noise going on in my videos, because I want to be having a transparent talk with you guys without any of that excess noise. So yeah, I was not able to work for almost an entire month. Now the question someone will throw, Ricardo, what were you doing for an entire month? And if you're following me on Instagram, if you aren't, follow me right now. What I've been doing for an entire month is working on my website. Now, I know previously I had a different type of website. That one was done on Canva, canva.com, where I make my stickers, artwork, thumbnails, logo, and banners and all that stuff. I mean, shoot, this entire wrap right here was done on Canva. Not the printing, just the graphics. And the thing I didn't like about Canva is that, yes, you can do a lot of creativity with it. It's great for one-page businesses, for like, I don't know, blogging, maybe a quick description, something simple, nothing overwhelming. But holy crap, it's terrible for like business, e-commerce. Actually, you can't even do e-commerce on that platform. You are only allowed to do one page, and one page only. And because I had a detailing business, it looked, I know some people say like, hey, nice website, good job on that. Oh, when I compared to the new site that's right now, ooh, that old website looked like a hot pile of garbage. So I'm happy that my new website is up. Again, cardoscardos.com. I'll have it linked in the description down below. You guys can check it out. And it's now, oh, and here's the other benefit. It's optimized for the phone, for mobile devices. Oh my God. The other website, there's an option where you can sign up, where you can let the platform auto adjust for mobile devices. It's garbage. The system doesn't even work. It can't even tell what graphic is what, how to scale the text. So I ended up with like a clunky mess. It looked horrible, disgusting. And if I'm going to be paying for a domain to like do my website properly, or I'm sorry, for a platform to do my website properly, I want it to scale nicely too. I don't want a garbage website. But of course, I only did it for budget reasons, because I think it's $18 a year, $19 a year, which is really affordable. Really affordable. $19 for 1 year for that one-page website, which again is not bad. If you're on a tight budget, you got to work with what you got to work with. And honestly, not having a website nowadays is not non-excusable now. Like, you low-key kind of have to have a website to show your work. Not everyone has Instagram. Not everyone has Facebook. What we do have access to is Google. Free. You don't even need to have a Google account to use the web. That website done on Square, oh, it looks so nice. It took me, God, 2 entire weeks, almost for sure an entire week of setting it up, and then 1 additional week to finalize the draft, the design, the colors, the descriptions, because it took me an entire week to set up the framework, like the pages, the buttons, the links, the photos, and then 1 entire week to refine it, correct any mistype or typos, find the right pictures to go with it, the colors, organize the pages. It looks so nice now, and I'm so happy that I get to keep my domain too, because if you guys remember from the Canva website, it was also cardoscardos.com. So when I was doing the Square website, I had to either do a registrar transfer or create a new domain, which I didn't want to do because my business cards, the QR codes on them, is cardoscardos.com. I wanted to keep that domain. So in order to use the Square website, I had to do a registrar transfer. So they passed that domain from Canva onto Square, which worked. So I don't have to order more business cards. Thank goodness. That would have been really expensive. And yeah, that was the reason why I was not uploading for a month almost, construction. But I took advantage of that, of not being able to record, and focused on my business. Having a website that looks beautiful, optimized for mobile devices as well, because I looked at my analytics from Canva and even from Google ads as well. A lot of the people that find me, about like 50 or 60% of them are from mobile devices. So I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe use a platform that optimizes for mobile devices and that lets you preview it on the spot while you're editing. Square was the one. And also because my business is operated on Square for the payment system, credit card or transfer, whatever that thing is called, sending out invoices, estimates, quotes, all that jazz is done on there. But you guys, I'm eyeballing this. Okay, I'm not gonna look at the camera, or I'm not gonna look at the screen. I'm gonna try eyeball it. I have to learn how to eyeball for my camera so I can get an idea on where my framing is at. Just a spritz goes a long way, and it smells nice too. It smells like Sprite. Can I safely say? Oh, Sierra Mist soda. That's what it smells like. God, it smells so nice, clean, and it wipes off easy too. It's not sticky or anything. God, I will never forget that detail spray. The one from DIY Detail. Tacky, very tacky, not slick at all, which is controversial. I'm like, it's not the point of a detail spray. It didn't even add gloss. It did not even add gloss. So what's the point of using that rinseless wash material? My opinions are still the same about DIY Detail's products that they sent out to me. I probably will never buy from their sites, only because I'm not trying to buy products at the same time. I need to focus on what I have now and then work from there. Sorry for the short rant. All right, we're done with the detail spray. It's now, ooh, it's nice and glossy. So now we're going to do the tire dressing application. Now this one in particular is from Streamline Supplies. Shout out to Diego. He is the owner of Streamline. I think he gave this one. Oh yeah, he gave this one to me from a raffle where you spin the wheel thing. Now, I did not use this for a very long time. It was still brand new, only because it got hidden behind all the bottles I had. Sorry, Diego, if you're watching this. But yeah, this, man, this works surprisingly well, and I'm surprised I didn't use it the whole time that I owned it. The way this works is literally as like a water-based dressing, how you would use it. Not the paste ones, like the actual liquidy ones. Exactly how you see it, it's exactly how it's going to be applied. Wet, not a paste, and you just go from there. The gloss on this, it's not too overwhelming. I mean, personally speaking, I do not like overly glossy tires, but this one's more of a satin. Once you buff it off properly, it doesn't last that long in terms of like durability, but it's a great like one-time, really quick application too. Kind of product. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys how I would apply this tire dressing. Now, you could use the brush, a little detail brush, or an applicator pad, sponge, whatever you want. For me personally, I like to use the foam applicators on tires that don't have excessive design to it. For instance, your off-roading vehicles, the ones that have a lot of like design, traction, or like grippy pieces everywhere, I would use a brush, like actual like painting brush or like a wheel brush, and just go from there. So yeah, I would probably just use that. For in this case, I will be using a foam applicator. I like to apply some on the pad first, and then I'll spray some. I would actually spray some on the tire itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Spread it out, and then get to town. Oh, and then I have to remove the tire guards or whatever those things are called. And yeah, and then I can get to town with this. And I'm sure you see right on camera how quickly this stuff hydrates and spreads around. Now, this is not paste-like. Chemical Guys VRP, when you apply some on the applicator and you spread it around, if it dries out quickly, so you have to apply some more or spread it around. This one, a little goes a long way, and you can see how evenly it's spread everywhere. Now, I do see some high spots around here. So in order to address that, I use a dedicated tire towel so I can buff off everything from there and then just get a clean finish. So I like to fold it up. These are actually small towels. These are like, what is it, like, I don't know, 10 inches by 10 inches, 10 by 10 towels. So yeah, and then just wipe off any of the excess material. Okay. And I'll bring you guys in a bit closer so you guys can see how it looks. And yeah, no sling, nothing. Ignore the fenders. I did not want to clean the fenders. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, clean. Ooh, and it looks very nice too. Because if I go over to the non-dressed tire, yeah, look how faded that is. Disgusting. And if I go back to the original, oh, look at that. A lot cleaner. So yeah, that's how I would apply it. Alright, so I skipped the entire tire dressing on this side right here, only because there's not much to talk about. So yeah, there we go. That's the entire wash procedure. It's surprisingly simple. It's just wheels and tires with a simple detergent, a soap for the exterior, detail spray, and tire dressing. It's a wash and talk, so it's not a detail and talk. If this was a detail and talk, woo, this would have been easily like 4 hours or something, because I would have done very meticulous work. But honestly, it's not necessary, and I don't want to be spending that much time on this van. So yeah, take it for what it is. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about the products that I've been using. So none of these products are that new to me. I mean, I've been using them for quite a while, but I just haven't shown it to you guys on camera, only because, well, I don't think I was going to use it for a dedicated video, because usually I test this stuff out in my own time. And if I enjoy it enough, I'll bring it onto a dedicated video. So let's talk about Turtle Wax Pure Wash. The only time I've mentioned this product was when I did that Pearl review video. I was trying to compare this with Pearl only because budget-wise, this was its closest competitor. And honestly, I could have thrown anything else at it, but honestly, Pearl and this are quite relatable. The only downside to this, actually, I shouldn't say that, because I don't know if there's a dedicated 120 ounce or 1 gallon variant, because this is a 64 ounce container. I like this. I mean, it's here's the interesting part. I don't look at this from a performance perspective. It dilutes very nicely. It's not viscous. Like, there's some soaps that I straight up don't like. They're too viscous. They clog up my foam cannon. They don't rinse away with ease. It's hard to dilute properly to mix it in the foam cannon or in the bucket solution. But this one dilutes very nicely. It's not too viscous, but neither is it too runny. It's right in the middle. It's a very nice soap, and it smells nice too. So it's like a strawberry yogurt, or a very sweet milkshake, or strawberry milkshake, which is a very specific odor. But yeah, this one smells nice. It foams up nicely. It rinses off very nicely. I don't have much to say. I'll probably do a dedicated review for this. I mean, I like the product. There's not much to talk about. I mean, it is a soap. Soap is soap at the end of the day. If I like it enough to actually make a full video on it, I'll let you guys know. But this one, I like it. I'll probably do a review video on it. So for now, I'll just keep it at that. For the, actually, I'll go in order here on the way I did it. I know I talked about the soap first, but let's go in here. AM Details Wheels Acid-Free Wheel Clear. Now, my problem, it's hard to describe this. So when I work on wheels, I don't have the clientele with luxurious Lamborghinis or Rolls Royce that they barely use, but they want to spend a full detail on it. This is probably where this product will come in handy, because it's non-acidic, it's not an iron remover, so it's a gentle, dedicated, non-acidic, non-iron removing wheel cleaner. So for those really delicate finishes, this works. Unfortunately, I don't have those cars, nor do my clients or have any of those cars. So for me, I don't find any use of this in my world. Again, in my world, this works as intended. As I demonstrated on my van. My van's not that dirty, so this managed to clean it perfectly fine. But if you're dealing with grungy vehicles, heavy brake dust, heavy grime, tar, grease, traffic film, and very embedded brake dust particles, yeah, a dedicated iron remover or a acid-based wheel cleaner will do the job, and not this, unfortunately. But for maintenance vehicles or really delicate finishes, this works nicely. It's not a bad product, but it does not fit in my detailing procedures either. So I'll keep using this until I run out of product, but that's all I can say. So I'm probably going to have to skip out on that. Ooh. You know this was coming. Shine Supply Wise Guy. So I've been seeing a lot of hype around Shine Supply, and you guys know me. I avoid the hype. I look at products from a constructive point of view. When it comes to hype, it's usually misleading, because it ruins the big picture of what the product is. For instance, DIY Details, it's all hype. I'm sorry, like, not to be disrespectful, it's all hype. I don't see that brand as like a professional brand for professional detailers. I wonder if that makes any sense. DIY Detail reminds me of Chemical Guys, not in their business practices, but in terms of how detailing can be fun. They are a fun themed brand. So when I look at DIY Detail, I see it as like a fun brand, so that way you have a fun time detailing your car. PNS Products or Meguiar's, Meguiar's Detailers lineup, they focus more on the business end, because it's more not for like enthusiasts. They focus more on the business aspect, proper dilutions, the dilution, or what's called the chemtrol, I think that's what it's called. Meguiar's has also a dilution or a diluting mechanical system that they have. all their gallons, all of their products have specific dilutions for professional use. They focus on the business end. Shine Supply is very interesting because it falls right in the middle between professional and enthusiast or DIY users. So when I saw the hype going everywhere from car supplies, from Obsessed Garage, from Pan the Organizer, I don't look at any of that stuff because I know hype can be misleading at times, and I've been disappointed many times with hype. So honestly, when I picked up Wise Guys, my original go-to was P&S Brake Buster at 1-to-1 dilution. Ooh, this cleans much more than Brake Buster at 1-to-1. Wise Guy at 1-to-1 is almost like full strength for P&S Brake Buster. So I can probably use this at 1-to-3, maybe 1-to-5 dilution ratio. This worked surprisingly well. And if you guys been following me on Instagram, you know how vocal I was with this product, like saying, like, oh my god, like it cleaned in one go. It was honestly better than Brake Buster. I never thought I would say that for a wheel and tire cleaner, but this was better than Brake Buster. Yeah, a lot of testing I'm gonna have to do before I do a dedicated review video, impressions video, whatever it could be. But make sure to let me know if you guys want to see a dedicated review video, because this was impressive to say the least. And I'm definitely going to be using it in my procedures. So next up is Geon's Q2M Ceramic Detailer. I use this product mainly for the exterior. The closest thing I can probably compare this to is like Bead Maker. It's not as glossy as Bead Maker, but it's just enough to make me select this over the numerous of quick detailers that are out there on the market that don't have good flash time, aren't slick. This one is slick and has really fast flash time. So yeah, very impressive. And as for the tire dressing, like I said, sorry Streamline, this one was hiding in the back of my, what's called the arsenal, because I have a bunch of bottles storing all my products. This one was in the back and I forgot about it, unfortunately. But now that I've been using it recently, I first tried this on a truck that had really brown, nasty tires. When I tried this on a really dirty truck, it left such a nice finish, but it was so easy to apply. So I'm like, what the hell? This is a really easy application dressing. Well, I mean, it says multi-purpose dressing, but yeah, this one, it worked so nicely. It has a very, well, it's not matte. It's more of a satin finish. I'm actually looking at the tires right now. It's not dripping wet. I mean, I don't know why it's called wet look, because I'm looking at the tires right now. It's not wet look, but it's more of a satin finish. Now, if you apply an excessive amount, probably it's going to be a wet look. But personally speaking, I like matte satin finishes. But this one's closer to satin than matte, depending on how many times you buff it off or how light you apply. So, which is why I like this stuff. It's easy to apply. And that's it. It's easy to apply. There's really not much to explain there. Alrighty, and that is going to be it for this Wash and Talk episode 3. Now, I know this was a very simple wash and talk. Honestly, like I was not expecting to talk for a lengthy amount, because honestly this entire month has been really chaotic for me. The construction, my website, I couldn't upload anything, I mean, other than memes, because I did upload some memes. But yeah, that was pretty much it. For sure I'm gonna get back on the grind to uploading more videos. It's just to schedule myself accordingly, because it was a hectic month of going back and forth, see what I'm going to do. So yeah, you guys that are watching this wash and talk all the way until the end, you guys deserve the sneak peek. I'm going to be doing my first ceramic coating installation for a very special client, for a very special vehicle, because it's going to be Geon Mose. Yes, I could have gone with Modesta, Car Pro, shoot, even like Beadlock Pro. I could have used any other ceramic coating, but Mose, something stood out to me. I wanted, well, the client specifically as well, wanted slickness and gloss at the same time. Because there's some products that focus on gloss, but it's really tacky, or focus on slickness, but it's not as glossy. this Moe's in particular is slick and glossy at the same time, which is why I chose that brand specific, or that product specifically. So yeah, you guys are just gonna have to wait for that installation video, because whew, that video is gonna be long, because I'm gonna have to be doing a full decontamination of the vehicle and then do the install after. It's probably gonna be like a 2-day video, if anything. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching the wash and talk. This was a very, very lengthy procedure. Whew. The van's dialed in, it's all clean, ready to go, and it's really slick right now too. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this wash and talk. If you guys have any suggestions, or shoot, want to pitch an idea for the next video, you guys just let me know and I will get back to you guys very shortly. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my website down below, my whole story about the Cardos brand, the Cardos Auto Detailing brand as well. Some ups, some downs, and how it came to be. Make sure to check out my website. It's in the description down below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and you guys have a very, very good time. Peace.